So planning a dream trip. You've picked the dates, you're super excited, but then you see flight prices way above your budget. So what do? Do you book anyway and just hope for the best? Stay tuned, because today I'll show you how you can avoid overpaying just by being a little more flexible. Let's assume you're just at the start of planning and haven't requested your vacation days at the workplace yet. Here's when many people go wrong. They pick the dates first, then search for flights. Instead, I want you to flip this around. Find the cheapest flights and the time you want to travel in, and then get your vacation days accordingly. Not only is this important because the date you would have scheduled otherwise would have been more expensive, you can also apply this to the duration of the trip. Let's say, for example, you want to go for a week and you've already found a flight that is fairly well priced at a certain date. What I would still encourage you to do is to try and play around with shorter or longer stays. For example, let's say for a 6-day trip instead of a full week, you find a flight that is substantially cheaper, plus then of course you save the money on the extra day of vacation itself. Now obviously, yeah, this does cut your vacation by 1 day, but look at it this way. If you've got a tight budget that you have to be aware of, and you can save, let's say, hundreds just by sacrificing that 1 day, it would seriously be worth considering whether the one more extra day is really worth that much money to you. Let's say, for example, for a 7-day trip, the round trip flight costs you 500 euros, but then you find a flight for a 6-day round trip at 320 euros. Would you really be willing to spend 180 euros more just on the flight, plus all of the money you would spend on that extra vacation day itself? This applies even better to longer stays, like let's say 2 weeks or more. At that point, that one extra day really won't make that much of a difference for the experience, but might save you a lot of money. However, this can also work the other way around too. Maybe there's an option to stay for a day longer with the flight being way cheaper. So that way, maybe you can add an extra day to your trip at minimal to no cost. Especially if you're gonna be traveling to, let's say, Asia, where the flight is probably gonna be the most expensive part anyway. If you can stay there for an extra day for, let's say, 30 or 40 euros worth of food and accommodation, but the flight is 100 euros cheaper, you've basically been paid to stay longer. So to sum this first part up, make sure you have the flexibility to choose different dates within your preferred travel period to always find the cheapest flights. Also try experimenting around with adding or reducing 1 or 2 days to a trip to either save money or extend your trip at virtually no cost. By the way, I'll have a video coming out on how to always find the cheapest flights, where I also show and explain to you how you can do exactly this. Experiment around with different dates and trip durations really easily, so you can always find the cheapest ones with Google Flights. If you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss that video and other ones that will help you save money on your next trip. That was tip 1, being flexible with your dates and your trip length. Tip 2 is for when the dates are fixed and you can't change them, and that's when you find out that the flights to your dream destination are way above budget. What do? Now, being flexible can also sometimes mean to change the destination. And wait, as disappointing as that might sound, but your dream destination, that city that you've always wanted to see, is still gonna be there next year. And next year you can apply the first technique, so you find the cheapest flight, the cheapest time period to travel there, and you can visit your dream location without blowing your budget. So type in the date that you've chosen for the vacation and go find other destinations that look interesting to you that are just better priced right now. I mean, there's hundreds if not thousands of beautiful and interesting places on this planet. And chances are there's not just one place or one city that you wanted to see anyway. So go check whether your other bucket list destinations are better priced and within your budget for the dates you've chosen. So just don't be too rigid and say, no, I want this year to be Bali, then next year it's Sicily, and year after that it's Thailand. Just be a little more open and you'll save a lot of money. I want you to have a list of places that you want to see during a lifetime, and then year after year or trip after trip, you're gonna make sure to always find the cheapest one for the current time period, and that way you can tick off all your bucket list places while not having that bad feeling of having overpaid. And worst case scenario, if none of these fit into your scheduled date financially, you have to just go out there and explore a little, alright? Inquire about places that you haven't considered or maybe even heard about yet. And maybe those are the trips that are gonna surprise you the most. Just being a little more open to the unplanned could save you tons of money while still giving you the best experiences. And the best part about this, long term you're gonna be able to travel to more places overall. Because if you save a few €100 again and again and again, that's not just money saved, that's another full trip that you can now afford just by being a little more flexible. If this helped you, feel free to like and subscribe and keep an eye out for my upcoming video where I show you how you can always find the cheapest flights. If you don't want to overpay on your next trip, this channel will really help you.